Welcome back to Taco Tours, and today we're in Manteca. But before we get started, we have a special guest.
Yeah, we got our bodyguard here in the back.
Yes,
I don't know if you guys know, I got yelled at one time in Modesto from a business owner.
Gotta come and
Got that taken care of right
now. We have our good friend DJ Sucre, executive chef at Google. Welcome to the show.
Thank you, sir. Thank you for having me. Excited to be here. Let's get some tacos.
Ooh, so professional. See that Google experience at work already.
Yeah, man, I live behind the cameras all day. So let's get it.
So, taquerias, be ready to get your ratings raped because this guy's gonna go.
Yeah, we got a professional chef with us.
Gonna go at it, man. So.
I'm afraid to say what I think of the tacos now. So you think that, Mike? You're wrong.
We're both wrong on this one.
I heard you guys been messing up with my boys, so I gotta come in and make sure.
Lay down the law.
Yep.
Well, let's get started. It's gonna be a juicy one.
Alrighty.
So, first of all, thank you very much to the lady. I think your name was Lisette. Forgive me if I'm wrong. But thank you again for hooking us up.
Oh yeah,
Great
boy did she!
for sure.
Boy did she hook it up.
Some of the best hospitality we've had in a while. Chico's was probably one of the other ones that was really good. So, yeah, she gave us a quesabirria, carnitas, and a fish taco. As well as some consomme, right?
Yeah.
Consomme too.
It's like a Costco run taco right there.
Yeah, it was like a... So we got hooked up pretty much. Got the best of the best that they offer. The quesabirria, the carnitas, and a fish taco.
Oh.
With the chile toreado.
I haven't had a fish taco in a while, huh?
Yeah.
She did say their specialty was like suadero or something.
Suadero,
right?
yeah.
Which is on the weekends or something.
We haven't had that in a while.
Yeah.
Either.
So,
And we haven't had it enough.
Am I gonna break up the suadero?
Like suavemente.
Yeah, it's his own song, man. Suadero. Let me get one of the lemons too.
Sure.
Please. So, yeah, where should we start, guys? I don't even know.
I don't
You
know.
pick,
Let's
Luis.
Luis. Yeah, you're the guest. Which
Luis is the
one you
guest.
want to try first?
Let's do the fish taco first.
Okay.
Alright.
And we got the molcajete, or I don't know, guac style green and another red salsita. And then we got this other green salsa. And what else did we get over there?
Oh, we got a chip salsa.
Was that chip salsa?
Looks like it, right?
Yeah, I guess so. Looks like chip salsa.
We don't have any chips, though she did offer.
Yeah.
We just turned it down.
Mm-hmm. Just so much to eat, and we still got 2 places to go.
So why the fish first, Luis?
Yeah, give us some insight.
I'll say the fish first because of the water content that the lettuce brings and everything, so it's gonna soften up the tortilla. So just to get the best quality of it.
There you go. There's that professional insight right there.
What salsa should we put on it? Any kind?
I'd say just taste it by itself like that.
Oh, that's what I do every single episode, and I get hate for it.
I don't like doing it.
Oh, look at that! Because you got to give it a chance first, see what it offers before you overwhelm it with. Oh, look at that! I just been vindicated, folks. People are hating on me on YouTube because I do that. Like, no, you got to give it a chance first.
Hey, man, I still stand for what I do. Wait, we have to describe it. The fried fish taco with some lettuce, some cheese, some tomates, some like a pico de gallo.
Tortillas?
No, these are just regular.
Yeah, double white corn, and they're on the little larger side. So let's go.
Alright, there you go.
Hey, Luis, what do you think?
It's not bad. Yeah, Luis first, so we could feed off of that.
Yeah, I'm gonna copy whatever Luis says.
That's
the first thing that I noticed out of that is that the fish, like, it almost looked like nuggets, Like if they're almost like store bought. Interesting to like the fish is like it's a good texture on the outside, still holes. But yeah, it's really interesting to see that they're like fish nuggets. I think there's a lot of moisture in there. Like the tortilla is pretty soft in there, but definitely needs the kick flavor. So I'm gonna add a little bit of salsa and see how that really.
You have the sauces?
Yeah, okay. I do.
It's amazing. That's exactly what I was gonna say.
I think for me, I kind of see like you know those fish sticks you buy at the store.
Yeah.
It kind of feels like they're using that, and also the cheese to me. I don't know. To me, is not the most pleasing taste. Balancing it with the cheese. The fish, I don't mind it too much, but I'm not a huge fan of the lettuce on the fish taco as well.
I think that one thing that also they could consider looking into is the factor of using lettuce. I think the story behind the lettuce piece is most people add cabbage on a fish taco. And I think that's to add texture, the little crunch to it. This one, not sure what they were going for because lettuce is soft. As soon as you cut it, it becomes soft. And also the way it's cut, it's really like small. So that crunch, it's you're not gonna find that. So I there's some
good points.
Improvement there.
Yeah, Luis is just reading my mind. It's amazing. For me, I mean, I wish there was more of the fish. To be perfectly honest, usually when we have the fish tacos, there's a lot more fish than this.
Yeah.
But they're right where it does kind of just feel like fish sticks or fish nuggets. I think they presented it really nicely, but the fish itself just seems, like fish sticks, something you would buy at a grocery store and put it in a microwave or something.
Yeah.
So like I feel like if they just got higher quality fish, it would have been a lot better and put more of it. But the flavor, I mean, flavor's all right.
Flavor's all right.
I give it like a 3.5 out of 5.
I would say a solid 2.
Okay.
I think there's a lot of room for improvement, considering using a better fish quality. And fish tacos are usually use a small slice of fish that you either batter or bread. So because of how quick that takes to fry or cook, I will have them have them like do to order, so it better stands out. Presentation is really nice. I just think that there's some things in there that they can.
I changed my score to a 2 as well. How about you, Sammy boy?
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely leaning towards a 2, I think.
Really, it goes that low for you? Come on, we've never given a 2 before.
We have
the king of 5s.
No, we've given like, because our usual thing is like 2 is something you really just would not eat, right?
I think 2.5 then, but it's not like a 3. Like I said, it tastes like we're just reheating some frozen fish from Costco or something, I mean, it's not something to talk about, really.
That's the key right there, right? It's a pro tip right there. It's gotta be something, your food needs to be memorable, right? Like, you gotta have something that makes you come back to that you said, wow, I can't get that anywhere else but that. So
Alright, so let's hit up the next one.
Alright.
What's gonna keep better? The birria or
I'd say go for the carnitas. Just fried. So this is like a 2 yellow corn tortillas, the carnitas, cilantro y cebolla. That's basically it. I added the red and green salsa.
Their tortillas are really soft. I don't know if it's just because it's getting soggy already since it's been waiting a while.
Maybe.
It's very mushy. The tortilla, the meat, like everything just kind of blends into one mush when you bite into it,
Yeah, there's no texture. This is why I like when they kind of fry the carnitas a little bit, because it get them a little crisp, a little good texture to it.
I think like the pattern that seems to be with this place anyway, the first 2 tacos is It's just, it's not the highest quality ingredients that you can put in there.
Yeah, it's quite mushy. I haven't seen a lot of tacos they do this, but I would say that for you watching and you like carnitas tacos, when you buy carnitas, buy yourself like a little half pound of chicharron, because it comes from the same method, right? The carnitas, all that, the skin, make it into a chicharron. And if you just rough chop it and add it into it, that will be also a great texture to add to, because it gives you that crisp. Right?
Yeah. Just give it like a fine chop.
Yeah. So
that's a good tip.
It's I agree with Chef Mike here. It's soft, it's a little mushy. And again, it's just it doesn't bring me anything special. It's just meat and tortilla there.
Yeah, it's just okay.
Yeah, it's a good point.
It's not horrible.
Yeah.
But
this one definitely, I'd say at least a 3 for me.
I would agree. It's a 3 for me too.
I would come back if I had to, and if I'm here, I might order a carnitas, but that's because that's what a 3 is, right? Like you might order it.
No, for me a 3 would be if someone gave it to me, I wouldn't turn it down. I'd be happy to eat it.
Yeah, for sure.
But for me to order it, I would need at least 3.5 to a 4. Yeah. What do you give it, Luis?
I'm gonna say for me, it's better than the fish taco. So
for sure, yeah.
But not enough to take you to a 3. I'm gonna say a 2.5. 2.5.
Chef's rating, bam.
Yeah,
2.5.
Higher standards. Nothing wrong with that.
Yeah.
It's edible. Don't misjudge my score. It's definitely
your resume. Don't misjudge your resume.
It's definitely edible.
It's edible, right?
Don't misjudge your resume.
You definitely won't die if you eat it.
Okay. All right. The last but not least is the quesabirria.
You know what? Even just holding it right now, it feels like mushy too, right?
It's soft. It's really soft.
Super soft.
She gave us this salsa to use for that
and
one.
we do have the consomme with it, right?
Damn.
Yeah.
You want some napkins or what?
I gave him some.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sure,
my hospitality is on point too.
Okay.
Yeah, so.
That's one thing.
In person, anyway.
What is this is probably the second time I'm gonna have a what is it called?
It's like quesabirria, like
quesabirria.
It's basically like a fried tortilla with the carne de res. It's like slowly cooked.
Yeah.
And they add the cheese, and that's basically it.
I don't see much cheese in there, dude.
I see the cheese.
What is it with all these new fusion stuff that are coming out new, right? Like,
that's the thing, bro.
The quesadillas,
I don't know if you want
the cup of noodle soup that are converted to ramen.
I don't know if you want the onions but they have it on this plate.
You know, I just had some of the consomme because I like to have the consomme by itself first, right? And the consomme is pretty good.
Oh yeah?
Yeah, and it's still hot. It's not lukewarm.
You want to try the consomme?
Yeah, he's got one there too.
Okay.
That's what I'm saying, dude. Take care of him. It's not the best consomme we've had for sure, but so far in terms of this place, it's the best thing I've tasted.
So man, you see, trying out the consomme too.
Give it a shot.
Did you try it, Luis?
Not yet.
Okay.
I'm trying to open it carefully. I'm dirty my Uber here.
We'll add some limoncito to my consomme, as you should. Yeah, it already has the cilantro cebolla in there. Probably no sauce yet. Vamos.
The one thing I noticed is that they add a lot of like cilantro and cebolla for everything. Like,
yeah,
it's pretty decent.
It's decent.
It has a
Consomme,
good umami taste, like home-ish. So the consomme is good.
It's not bad.
The birria taco itself.
So
again with the tortillas, it's mushy. The beef. It's actually not that much flavor. Give it a try. I don't know, maybe if I have a bad one.
Let's try it out.
And I even dipped it in the consomme.
just the first bite, the one thing I get out of it is cheese.
See, that's the funny thing. Like mine barely has any cheese in it.
I forgot.
Mine is loaded with cheese.
So it's a thing we always talk about, right? It's the consistency between, we are having the same items. How consistent is it? Mine barely has any cheese. Luis is apparently packed with cheese. Sam's got a good amount of cheese in his too. Mine barely has anything.
I think it's okay. Um, I'd give it a 3. That's right. It has enough flavor that it's not horrible. I don't like that the tortillas are like too soft. Like I kind of like the quesabirrias to be a little more crispier. Cheese is okay. It's good. It's good in there. The meat quality, it's okay too. I mean, it's nothing that stands out, but it's doable. And paired up with the consommé is not too bad. It's not horrible. But like I said, it's kind of like a 3 overall for the quesabirria, I think.
What about you, Luis? What do you give it?
It's a 2.
We'll call Luis Mr. 2 over here. But why?
It's a 2. It's soft. The inconsistency of 1 too much cheese, 1 no cheese. You know, it just looked like a forgotten taco that was left behind and just soft enough. I almost wonder if they keep the meat separate from the actual consommé too much, where the flavor dilutes because of its. You know, I would keep my meat inside like the broth, you know, like something just to keep it moist and making sure that consommé flavor comes with or without the consommé.
You know, Luis doesn't believe in pulling out. Let's keep that meat in that broth, ladies.
100%. Shout out to all my kids out there.
I like it. I like Luis's breakdowns.
Yeah, really detailed.
You know what? I would agree. I would give this would be probably. I gave a 2 before, right? I would have to give this one a 2 just because we've had like good birria tacos before, and this is just not close to that. Especially just with the tortillas alone, how soft and rubbery they are, right?
Well, isn't it and again, this is my second time having this fusion taco, but isn't it the point to have a double layer tortilla to the last one to be crispy?
Yeah.
Right?
That's what
That's been
I
our
was thinking.
experience. Yeah, that's been our experience.
But it wasn't that crispy, you know.
And usually the quesadilla tacos are really packed with flavor too because of the whole fried thing, and you got cheese. Or this one is like, to me, it's lacking in flavor.
But I'll say this for in their defense. Most people think about their food, the way they present it, to eat inside, but they don't think about the carrying out portion of, right? It's a different atmosphere, it's a different cuisine, because look at it, if they're giving you a really hot taco, crispy and everything, and you trapped it in a container, that creates steam. So that will soften up the tortilla. So I think that's something for vendors out there to consider. That's why if you notice, think about the pizza box, how they have little holes on the sides to be able to all the steam go out and doesn't take away from the texture of the tortilla, the dough, and all that stuff.
That's definitely true, but I don't think that's the reason why these are so damn soft.
I don't think that's the reason, but I think that's
definitely a factor.
to consider.
Yeah.
But because we have had good takeout quesabirrias, you know, that
are
are
crispy.
so
No, but
crispy.
I think it is something we mentioned before, right? In terms of, I think when we did the DoorDash episode, we pointed that out. Like, this doesn't really travel that well.
It's not the best.
But you know what? The hospitality was gret.
Yeah, I gotta say, if I take something away from this spot, is the hospitality. What was her name again? Sorry.
I think it was Lizette.
But you know, even like the establishment, they got the music blasting.
Yeah.
I used to hate that kind of music, and then I started shooting Mexican weddings with this guy, and now I love it.
And then you became Mexican.
Yeah, I love it
It's
now.
like Monday morning, you walked in and you're like, it's like Friday night, right?
I like the vibes. It's just not for everybody. There's something to keep in mind. Like if you have a hangover or something, I don't know if you want to have blasting music in your ears, like right when you wake up. But I love that kind of vibe. I mean, that's the kind of place I would be at.
Well, I think it's all in the volume, right? Like if you tone it down a little, it becomes background music for your ear for create the atmosphere. If it's too loud, then it's a party, right?
Yeah.
So.
All right. So I guess next spot.
Next spot. Beware, guys.
I'm coming for you.
welcome back. We are at our second location at
Santa Ana
At Bienvenidos, welcome.
Amatlán.
let me see.
Right there.
Yeah, Luis.
Santa Ana Amatlán. So shout out to Lisette. She told us to come out here. The best quesabirrias in town, and it looks really busy when we got here.
For
So
sure. I do gotta point out how both locations have great hospitality though. Lisette really started out as well with that, and then Juan right here, it's also a great host.
Yeah, he's nothing but love. You can
Yeah.
see it, right? Like,
no, really good.
like
person.
Luis took a good picture of him. You could see the smile was very genuine. And
He really loves what he does. You
Yeah.
can tell. So shout out to him. Thank you again for hooking it up. We only pay for the quesabirrias, so the tacos are on him.
And then
Thank
Luis, you want to talk about this?
Yeah, actually, we went back to ask for some more salsa, and he interestingly said that they only have one salsa that complements everything they sell. So actually, that's pretty dope. So
Yeah, I don't know if you've
I'm
ever heard of that before.
I don't think I've ever heard of it either.
Yeah, it's like
Yeah,
one salsa to rule them all.
But if you notice though, like
Like the Avengers, huh?
I could just tell how they use different chiles. Like they have also like it almost looks like arbol chile in there. Some like jalapeno chiles and stuff. So it's almost like a fusion salsa of red and green together. So
Which is what you've been doing anyways, mixing
Yeah.
the red and the green, right?
So you're in for a treat, Luis, because this is the first time we ever have a salsa that's for one.
I think it's the other way
Bravo.
around. You guys are in for it.
También. I'm gonna try the salsita.
Well, so we should do birria first, right? That's what we came here for, is the quesadilla, right?
yeah, quesabirria. I'm gonna add some salsita to the quesabirria, and we also got the consomme.
Well, the quesadilla is still crunchy.
You guys wanna
See
add
this
some
one,
salsa?
I mean, right away, that's the difference you can feel right here. The quesadilla, the tortillas are nice and crispy, right?
Oh, really crispy,
Yeah.
yeah. That's how we like it.
It honestly, you know what? It looks like they deep fry the second tortilla.
Mm-hmm.
Soft enough, almost like they use the. You know how you crispy up the enchilada tortilla?
Yeah.
But this one looks like they just put it in the fryer for a little bit of time, or some sort of a pan of whatever, they deep fry, right?
Yeah.
Where it's crispy enough but soft enough to utilize it as a crispy shell. So that's pretty smart.
Nice.
Because that's gonna be able to hold up the concept of making sure it has that texture on the
Yeah,
outside.
so just
Nice.
tried the consomme. It's good. It's
Yeah.
all right. You know, I would still put like
Let me see.
Chico's and El Muchacho Alegre is the best ones we had so far.
Vamos.
Which one we're tasting first?
It could be hotter.
Consomme.
The quesadilla.
Consomme first.
All right, consomme first.
That's what we came here for. It could be hotter, right?
Yeah, it could definitely be hotter.
What do you
But-
think in flavor? It's not bad.
The flavor's pretty good.
Not bad.
Actually, that's pretty well balanced as far as like salt and the flavors. The cilantro cebolla obviously add a nice touch to the flavors.
And what I always like to point out is all the ingredients are already there. You don't have to mix it yourself.
Mm-hmm.
Where's that one spot where we had to do that? I think that's the spot we had the goat tacos, right?
Birria and somewhere close to Stockton. I
It's
think.
like, come on, that's the whole reason you eat out at a restaurant. You don't want to do any of the work yourself,
Yeah.
right? So if you're making people mix up all the ingredients, to me, it's a
And
turn
if
off.
anyone knows about doing that work yourself, you should ask mine.
Yeah.
Definitely.
If anyone knows about not doing the work yourself, ask me. That's why it really irks me, It's like, that's what you eat out for. Actually, that's why I don't do Blue Apron and all that. So I tried it once. It's really good. Really great ingredients, great
Not for
meals.
you.
But it's
Yeah.
like, I'm doing all the work here. It takes 15 minutes to cook this thing. At $10 a plate, I could have just gotten something outside. Anyway,
I tried the consomme.
Uh-huh.
It's a solid 4.
Damn.
Oh.
Damn.
It's pretty good.
That's the first 4 from
well, what
Luis.
makes it a 4 for you?
It's really, it's well balanced. I also like that there's fat oil, but it's enough to complement the consomme, but not where like I have lipstick in my all over my mouth, right? So it's
But that-
well balanced.
That's what I thought. It
good
was
point.
pretty good
like
balance.
I can see utilizing the consomme as a salsa and not even adding salsa to it because it really just brings up. It
Damn.
almost like it kind of brings to life the taco and gives you that moisture.
That's dope.
So
Yeah, I see that.
the birria goes first.
Vamos, quesabirria.
All right. Cheers.
Same thing. Meat, queso, and everything else.
Told you the deep fried tortilla.
There's definitely a difference.
Oh, what a difference.
You see what I mean?
The man, the flavor on this one, right? It's really jumping out. Like the other spot.
That's beautiful. The crunchiness is perfect. The salsa on top, it just adds like a beautiful kiss to the taco.
Yeah.
Like honestly, like this one, I feel like I don't even need to dip this in the consommé. This is really flavorful on its own.
Everything is well balanced. Like the cheese is there. Like the meat is soft. It's moist. It's a really well balanced taco.
This might be in one of the top 3 best quesabirrias we tried, huh?
I think this is my favorite one, honestly. There's a quesabirria.
It does
The
have...
flavor is really like unique here. It's got, I don't know if it's like some sort of like citrusy flavor that's like coming through. There's something different about it.
You didn't have lemon on it?
I didn't. That's the thing. And that's just like, it's really interesting.
You didn't have salsa either?
Huh?
But you see how the concept of deep frying the outside shelf really takes you to another level. Just doing that.
It was beautiful.
And this one, you're not overpowered with cheese. You know, right amount of cheese.
Really good.
So I said earlier how the concept of traveling, right? Doing the deep fried tortilla, this will travel easily well and will still be crunchy. So
For a delivery
well
thing.
done.
Yeah. Really good. Honestly, a 5 for me. It deserves it.
Nice, Sammy boy.
It has a perfect contrast of the crunchiness. The flavor is on point. It's not too salty or not. It's not lacking any flavor. It's nice and hot. And if you have the consommé, it's a home run. I think so.
What do you give the taco, Luis?
I would say, like I mentioned earlier, this is probably my 3rd taco having a quesabirria taco. So for me, this will be leading the taco for me. So this is a solid 5.
Damn, there you go. You got a 5 from Luis. You know it's legit.
I think it's flavorful. It's really homey.
Solid.
It's fresh. Like I don't feel like I'm filled in oil, grease, anything like that.
Yeah, that's a good point, right?
And I think the other thing to it is just, you know, the sauce and the consommé really give you 2 different visions and taste profiles from it. So it's honestly a great taco.
Yeah, and I'm gonna agree with these guys. This is a definite 5. There's honestly nothing to complain about with this taco.
Yeah.
Usually we point out things that they could do better. I can't think of anything.
Right. That means customer service is top notch. Like, what else? You know what I mean?
It really represents them well. You know, like you can see it's not something that you want to add more. It's just complements who they are. You can see their atmosphere in their food, and in particular this taco. So it's there. I mean, it's a really well put together taco. So great job.
When I first started doing it with you, it's like I don't like the tortilla to really overpower the taco when you taste the tortilla too much.
Yeah.
Has to be a good
what you're
balance.
saying. Yeah.
All right.
This guy's all about balance.
All right. So we're gonna try the extra taco that he gave us.
You got.
And also another note is that he gave us 3 different tacos. My carne asada, I got the carnitas, I believe, and you got the al pastor.
I got the al pastor.
And another thing to know is that he gave us pickled jalapenos, pickled carrots, the radishes, and lemons.
Let me get a pickled jalapeno.
Yeah, so for me it's double white corn tortillas and then your usual onion, cilantro, protein.
And I got the same double white corn, cilantro cebolla, protein, and I added some of that salsita.
You know, I gotta say, even like his lemons, they're like nice and juicy. Right, the juice is really coming out.
It's almost like it's coming from a market that's next to it.
Yeah, right. No, but even look at the color of the lemon itself. Right, see how like the yellow, it's like it's nice and like enriched and a little bit darker compared to.
It looks like a healthy lemon, basically.
Plus it is. When you got like local organic produce, right? They pick it when it's supposed to be picked, not super early. All right.
So people watch out for an unhealthy lemon.
Yeah, there you go.
The tortillas too are like the outer tortilla is a little toasted too, so it adds a nice texture to it. My carnitas, really good flavor. but also like the last place, it's almost like it's blending together. It's not that crispy, so it misses that element. But honestly, the flavor is really good. So I would definitely come back and eat this carnitas. It's just missing some of those things that we talked about before.
Hey, who's got that one salsa to roll them all? I want to get actually.
Right here.
Yeah.
You actually said the whole thing.
Yeah. It's more fun that way.
No,
folks.
it's a good sauce for sure. How's your taco, Mike?
Honestly, right now it's just all right. Could use a little bit more flavor. My tortilla isn't actually doesn't feel that high quality. It's got a little bit of when most of it is soft. Obviously, it's getting soggy because of the oil. It's been sitting there for a while, but you get that like rough patch of their tortilla where it's not crispy. It's just rough. And, we'll see. Let me take another bite with the salsa.
We'll see.
I'm gonna give yours a score already.
I give it a solid 3.5. I think. 3.5 for my carnitas.
Well, I just put the salsa on right now and it made a huge difference.
What about your taco? You want to talk about your al pastor?
The al pastor taco, I'll start off with, I tasted the meat by itself first. Kudos because it's not dry. It's moist. It's soft. It has the good base to al pastor. The tortilla itself, I do like that it's crispy on the outside. How you mentioned it really adds that texture.
Well, maybe how come mine wasn't that way? That's interesting. Mine wasn't that way at all.
The other thing to it is that, to me, when I think of al pastor, most places have like that caramelized onion that goes in, which is traditionally part of it, and also the piña, which I think mine lacked of having any of it. I think I got a piece. But overall, I think it has a good foundation. It's a good base taco. For me, I would say it's a 3.5 for sure.
Nice. That's pretty good.
Alright, so for the carne asada, I did the same. You guys know what I like to do. No additional salsa at the beginning. So without the salsa, honestly, it's a 3 at most.
Yeah.
But with the salsa, it's 4. So I'm gonna split the difference to give it a 3.5. So I do feel
all around 3.5.
Yeah.
because I feel like that's why I take a bite without any salsa first, because it should stand on its own.
Yeah.
The salsa should just be the icing on the cake.
The period on the at the sentence.
Yeah, at the end of the exclamation point. So yeah, give it a solid 3.5. But asada's like in our experiences, right? That's always the one that's hardest to get right. It seems like.
Yeah, it's a hit or miss.
But speaking of experience, I think that I would point this out that this is a local place where I see myself saying, hey, let's go get some tacos.
Yeah,
right?
definitely.
Like it has a good hospitality. Like the care for the food and how much they love what they do translates into what the food they serve you. So I can see myself, if I was a local here in Manteca, to be like, hey, let's go grab some tacos.
Quesabirrias, man.
Yeah.
The quesabirria,
No brainer.
Sure.
Best one I've had
No
so
brainer.
far, yeah.
For sure.
And plus, there's plenty of parking. It's right by like this local produce shop.
Everybody should eat at least one quesabirria in their lives, and they should come here and eat it. I'm telling you.
Okie dokie.
All right, well, let's hit the last spot. Hopefully, we got space in our stomachs.
That's good eating.
All right. Welcome back, and we're at the third location at Taqueria El Molcajete.
El Molcajete.
Thank you once again to the beautiful ladies there for giving us such a good experience, such a good service. Shout out to
Lupita.
Lupita.
Great customer service. great location, hospitality in all 3 locations has been definitely a big plus. So shout out to them as well for taking care of us and being so welcoming.
And this truck is probably one of the nicest taco trucks we've seen. They take really good care of it. It's clean both on the outside and the inside. Because you guys saw from the clips, I stepped in there and shot some B-roll of the chef doing their thing. It's really clean on the inside too. They even have a nice 2 folding tables set up outside if you want to eat outside here.
Yeah,
they
nice.
you know.
Yeah, and then one thing I noticed when they were doing their tacos is that, which is something nowadays to point out because it really makes a difference, but everything was being cooked to order. So it gives you that fresh, like it hasn't been sitting there for a while type of thing. So really looking forward to tasting the shrimp taco.
They gave us these rojas, these red salsitas. They're all red, so.
But if you notice, they're already like kind of like rubbed it in the tortilla.
Yeah, and it's on the bottom.
Yeah.
It's interesting. It's not on the top.
No, that's not even the same one though.
No, that's what it is. That's what she said.
Okay, this is red.
That's what she said.
That looks orange.
It's more orange.
But remember how she said that there was already salsa in the taco?
But maybe that's
maybe
just
it's
an
a
extra.
different one.
Yeah, that's probably an extra.
But it's interesting. Usually, you see it drizzled on the top, right? Not on the bottom.
But I like that though. It's a nice take. And so we have the shrimp and the fish taco. Looks like they finally chopped some cabbage on top. And they have like some sort of pico de gallo salsa, and of course that salsa, the orange salsa that's under the fish and the shrimp, which is like an orange sauce.
Double white corn tortillas.
Double white corn,
really
toasted.
High quality.
We got the pickled jalapenos and some limes, which is not too common
These days.
It's
mostly lemons these days.
So which one do we go for?
Man, it's hard to say.
Let's go shrimp. Yeah. You have to go to shrimp.
Right.
This guy is shrimp.
Have to
Shrimp
do
it
shrimp.
is.
All right, I'm gonna add some of that salsa. Sorry, guys. Salsita rojita.
Yeah, I don't think I've ever seen such finely chopped cabbage before.
That's cool though. I like that.
How's it taste, Luis?
Dun dun dun. Here we go.
Trying to
Process.
process everything.
See? Vamos, this is a hefty one.
Yeah. God damn, you really like the charred quality to the shrimp. God damn.
I love that they didn't chop the shrimp, this whole shrimp.
That was beautiful. That's the kind of size of shrimp that I like biting into. What I said before in taco tours is that I like the big shrimp because it adds that crunch texture. When you start using smaller shrimp, it doesn't have the same experience.
Sam likes big shrimp, and he cannot lie. You other brothers can't deny.
Wow, look at you over
The
here.
girl walks in, that itty bitty waist and round things in your face.
Oh my god.
You get sprung.
All right,
You
bro.
get my poetry reading.
Our views are gonna go down, bro. Stop it.
It's gonna go up. What are you talking about, man? My poetry readings.
Oh man, but it's super juicy. It's big, just big ass shrimp in your mouth.
He told you, folks. So what do you give it, Sam?
I'll go last for this one.
No, you really want to take your time with this one, huh?
I really want to hear what you guys think.
All right, Sam, you go first. I'm trying to go
I'll
with
give
salsa right now.
the chef perspective at the end.
Damn.
What were you saying about
The size, like, what's the size?
like it looks like a 1620.
There you go. That's
Yeah.
the size of the thing. So 1620 is basically like the amount of shrimp in a pound, right? If I'm not mistaken. It's about that kind of size if you ever go to the market. It's a nice, juicy, crunchy shrimp, and it's a butterfly, so cut through the back and it gets that.
Yeah,
nice.
basically they take all the things you don't want to eat.
Yeah, I still eat it.
Sam's so
You
nasty.
dirty.
Yo soy un monstruo.
Sam's so nasty.
Yo me como todo.
Oh, you nasty.
Yo me como todo.
I stop eating. You were giving it a score.
So what's your score, Sam?
Damn. You know what? It's close to a 4.5.
All right.
So you giving it a 4.5 or a 4?
Honestly, I think a 4 is solid. I feel like if the tortillas were handmade, that would be a 5 for me. Like the tortilla is the only thing for me that's stopping it being a 5. It's not that soft. It's a little on the rough side, so it doesn't. I don't know. I don't like the experience eating the shrimp with that kind of tortilla. So that's what I think. But other than that, the flavor is really good. The char texture on the shrimp is pretty damn perfect, and I really enjoy the finely chopped cabbage. I think that's a nice touch. You don't see that a lot. That salsa, it's not that overpowering, but it has some good flavor.
Did you add a salsa?
The red one, yeah.
Mike, what you got?
Yeah, and funny thing is, I actually think I like it better without the additional salsa. You get more of the flavor of the shrimp, whereas when you put the salsa on, not surprisingly, you taste the salsa more than anything else. That being said, I will agree with you about the tortillas. Because when I first looked at them, and like kind of just by looking, I thought they're going to be like super high quality tortillas. It's kind of like the same thing I was mentioning earlier, where it has its rough patches. It's not that it's not really crispy. It's just rough, right? I really like the charred like quality of the shrimp. Honestly, like it was just enough where you tasted it. It's definitely not burnt.
Yeah.
For me, I think it's a solid 4. It's definitely not 5. I think it comes down to preference. The flavor's there, but when it's not my favorite. I do love how it finely chopped the cabbages, but yeah, it's a 4. Now for the real opinion.
FD's opinions.
All right, so I do gotta agree with you on the tortilla. The tortilla is probably my least favorite. It's just too dry. It's just too dry and doesn't complement well to the taco. And I do gotta agree with Mike. I do like it plain like this. I don't think adding anything but like citrus, like lime. I wouldn't add the sauce because I think the sauce takes away from the actual flavor. I like that they cook the shrimp, like I said, fresh, and gives you that seared, charred flavor to it, kind of like smoky to it, almost like, kind of like concept of carne asada where you feel that char to it. So I think that's great. The size of the shrimp is great. The amount of shrimp is great. I truly can care less for the cabbage. I mean, it's whatever. I'm not really a fan of it, but I think it works well. I think I like that it's chopped. To me, I would say it's a solid 3. I think that it needs a better tortilla, and it needs something that kind of brings everything together.
What could be that something that would bring it together?
I think some sort of aioli, aioli, like some sort of citrus.
Oh.
The Taqueria.
Okay.
Okay.
Oh,
Lupita,
thank you so much.
Yeah.
Welcome, guys.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Damn, we just got greeted with another order of food. So.
Hey, hospitality, you know what I'm saying?
Damn, we got food for days now.
So what was I saying? This taco's a 5?
Something's a 5 at this place.
Let's get to the fish because it's getting cold.
All right, let's get to the fish.
Now we're gonna try the fish. Same treatment. It's basically just fish.
Forgot there was another taco. What's at the point, Rob? I'm gonna get tacoed out.
Yeah, real cool.
You know what? I think I'm gonna try just one tortilla with this one. See if that helps it out a little. So the thing is, it doesn't really need the 2 tortillas here. Well, I guess it does because the first one's breaking apart.
I think this is similar to the shrimp as far as like the same properties. The tortilla is the only thing holding it back from being excellent. But quality of the shrimp, fish seems to be pretty good. And I actually agree with you guys. I just wish there was probably a little more of that sauce that's under it.
Yeah.
And I think that would definitely be like near perfect.
That sauce converted to a more thicker aioli with a little bit of the citrus would definitely make a big difference. And I think it's just about the same, So what's your rate?
I'll keep it at 4. I think they're both at the same level.
Mike, you're quiet over there. What's going on?
I'm chewing.
Chewing away.
Yeah.
What did it give us over here?
I think these are the birria tacos.
Damn.
Oh my god.
Oh, birria tacos, bro.
I gotta take chop out. Can't take any more.
And you have two suadero other ones here, so
Oh,
Oh my
man.
lord.
That's funny.
for the best experience, you gotta. I think you might need to have me around more often.
Yeah, I think so. To me, this is a 3. I don't know. I'm just not digging I don't really taste the fish, to be perfectly honest. On this one, for some reason, I'm really tasting the cabbage and the dressing more than anything else. I really wish there was more fish. And I find the fish to be kind of soggy because the kind of fish tacos I like the outside to be a little bit crispy. It's a little, and I wish there was more of it too. The fish, to me, it's a 3. I wouldn't order it. I wouldn't turn it down if someone handed it to me, but I wouldn't order it. I'd probably order the shrimp over the fish. Alright, that's my thoughts.
For me, I would say I agree with Mike. I think this is solid 3. I tasted the fish again. I think she did a great job of cooking that. I saw when she was cooking it. I got some pictures I'll share. But she was cooking that to order. She perfectly cooked the fish. It was moist. It like shredded, which is what you're looking for in fish, right? So she's an outstanding cook, and I think with some little bit more of culinary experience, that will be able to be one of the most outstanding places here. But yet again, I think it's the same thing with the tortilla. The tortilla is dry, and they kind of need to work a little bit more on their signature sauce to go there. But I think they got a great foundation. They got a great hospitality, and I think to me it's a solid 3. If they were to work something on the tortilla, it will be the 4. And if they were to work something on a sauce, that will be, between a 4.5 and 5. So
Damn.
There you go. I like it. He gives the steps of how to get better. You know?
Yeah. Reach taco excellence.
Yeah, exactly. That's what people need, right? If you give them constructive criticism, okay.
And
how
this
do you
is
make it
free of
better?
charge, right? He's not charging for his
It's not charging
consultation
his
right now.
usual Google consultation rate.
All right, so thank you again. We got the quesabirria and suadero as well. And so this one's pretty bright in color for the quesabirria.
Yeah, it's really orange, right?
Yeah, really orange. Looks like a hot Cheeto quesabirria. And pretty good amount of cheese and beef. The crispiness, it's not too bad. It's not the second location, that's for sure. But let's see the taste.
You're dreading taking a bite.
I'm not adding anything, all right, guys? Don't worry.
I will say I do like the size of these suadero tacos.
I'm interested to know what you guys think.
Dude, you gotta try this. This is probably the best suadero we get. We've had it twice, right? And suadero never turned out that good.
The quesabirria, I don't know if it's because I'm freaking stuffed or I just can't process what I think about it right now, but I feel like it's a 2.5, maybe 3 at the most for quesabirria.
Why?
I feel like they might have stuffed it with too much cheese. The balance is not right. The outer shell of the tortilla is not as crispy as the second one because I feel like that already set the standard for everything. The flavor, I don't know, something about the flavor is not hitting right. Yeah, I don't know.
It's hard to describe.
Yeah,
Well, I can tell you right now. So what do you give it? You said 2 or 3?
2.5, maybe 3.
If I'm wrong, the suadero is probably the best taco they have here, at least in my opinion. I think it was packed with flavor.
Let me see.
And it's probably the first
Suadero.
good tasting suadero you and I have had.
And if you notice the tortilla, if that moist of tortilla was in the fish or the shrimp,
yeah, exactly.
definitely
There was
make
no rough patches in the tortilla and the
Yeah.
suadero. It's packed with flavor. It's really packed with meat. It's a good amount of protein in there. Man, and the thing is, it's like, and the size of it too, how small it is. You
Yeah.
know, we like tacos on the smaller size. Man, that's honestly, I think I have to give it a 5. I don't have anything to complain about it. I mean, the thing is, it's tough when you talk about it because like we've had tacos where it's like it's on a different level where you'd say it's cuisine. I want to say this is a cuisine, but to me, I have no complaints about that suadero taco.
Wow, suadero,
I
yeah.
have to give it a 5.
Yeah, suadero's pretty good. The only thing I would want to have is at least handmade tortilla. I feel like would wrap it, will make it complete. But the flavor is definitely way better than anything we've tried for suadero. And the sauce and everything, it completes it pretty well. So
it's funny is that's what we expected from the other suadero that we had, right? That was going to be packed with flavor.
Yeah, and we saw the whole like the real thing, you know, like they had the whole thing with all the meats and everything, like it looked legit, but the flavor wasn't there. So I give it a 4.5, I think.
Okay, Luis.
I think to me the suadero, it was probably the best one from all the ones that we tried from them. The tortilla was moist. It was a good amount of meat for the size of the taco. Everything kind of came together as a bite. You didn't really feel like the tortilla was too dry or anything like that. So I think it was a great put together taco. Before I rate this taco, I would say that this is one of the establishments that will benefit from having all across handmade tortillas, because it will fit everything they're doing. Like just imagine that fresh tortilla and the shrimp and the big size of shrimp, or in the big piece of fish. And that's one thing that I wanted to mention on the fish taco, that just a pro tip, I would leave the whole piece of shrimp, not cut it into pieces, just to make sure you keep all that moisture in there. But again, it was perfectly cooked, perfectly executed. But this suadero taco, I would for sure give it a 4. I think having something like the handmade tortilla, it would definitely bring it together for a solid 5. But definitely, it's a solid 4.
Dope. Ready time? Favorite place for a taco? Man, favorite place.
Yeah, it's a toss up between the last two. Yeah.
You know what? I'm gonna give it to number 2. Why? Because they have a market right next to them. If I want to do some grocery shopping, you have that. If you want to eat some bomb ass tacos, you have that. The only thing that they don't have much is shade, which is a little downer. But other than that, it's a perfect place to get tacos. I don't see why not. Customer service top tier, and you have those delicious tacos they speak for themselves. Favorite taco has to be the Quesabirria. Second location. It's definitely climbing to the top 3 for me as one of the best quesabirrias we've had. It is cooked to perfection. It's a dream come true. Go check them out. Enough said.
Yeah, I'm gonna agree with Sam on everything here. I make the same choices for the same reason, especially the second spot with the fresh produce right there. Like I would love to have some orange or some pineapple, right, or some tacos that can cleanse my palate, something citrusy and sweet, and you got it right there. And that quesabirria is the best one I've had so far on Taco Tour. So that's my favorite taco of the day. And now for the truth.
The truth.
So yours is
Quesabirria from the second spot, and then my favorite spot is the second. Mind you, this spot right now that we're at is also really amazing. It's just favorite taco Quesabirria from the second spot. Favorite location, second spot. All right, Luis.
So to me, again, hospitality, 3 places were off the hood. I think it was great people that have there. So shout out to all the 3 locations for having great hospitality. Is very important and something that most businesses now overlook. So kudos to you all for having that hospitality. And then, I mean, honestly, it's between the last 2, right? I think Juan's Tacos over in the second location, that Quesabirria taco was something else. Like it was crispy, it was flavorful. The consomme was really great, and it kind of everything else kind of needed some help there. It wasn't as to the standard of the Quesabirria, but there was a solid place. And place number 3, I feel that the only thing that is keeping them away from being, awesome place is that tortilla, which is an important factor, but also something easy to dive in and invest on and get to the next level of things. So I I'm really struggling to pick a favorite. I'm almost feeling a tie between number 2 and number 3. I feel that they both have their things to develop and continue to be improving, but both locations have great flavor, great ingredients. They're fresh to order, and that's what food should be all about. And they really both come together to kind of complement that food with the hospitality. So to me, I don't know if it's ever been done before in the taco tour, but I would give it a tie between number 2 and number 3. So shout out to them too.
All right. I guess shout out to Manteca in general, because how often is that every spot we hit up had great customer service?
Yeah.
And lots
Maybe
of
that
food.
says something about this city. You know?
And lots of food too.
'Cause I don't think it happens that often, right? Where
Not too often.
each place we go to has great customer service.
Yeah, it comes down to kind of like 50% of the time maybe is like really good, and the 50% is like it's whatever. But yeah, that was a good one. I enjoyed Manteca or Manteca. I don't know how you guys say it out here.
Comment down below.
Yeah, how do you guys say it?
place.
Manteca or Manteca or lard or cones?
And then, what is your city known for?
Yeah, what do you guys know for out here?
Speaking of city, though, I gotta remind you guys, if you guys want to have some good food this coming Friday, my family is gonna be selling some dope food.
I thought it was Saturday.
Saturday.
What date exactly?
Saturday the 17th, 3 to 7. If you want to get more information, follow Sabrosito _family on IG. We're gonna be offering some Latin favorites. My family comes from a background of Veracruz, a cuisine that is not really popular around here. So if you're looking at this and you try my food or my family's food, we get down, but I'm gonna leave that to your judgment. But come see us, follow us on IG, and we'll give you location and more details there. But it'll be some dope food stuff there.
Yeah, we're likely gonna be there too, so come say hi if you want.
I've definitely tried this food, so hands down some of the best that I tried. So.
If you want to meet some superstars,
some real superstar power.
you want to meet Big Sexy over here in person.
Alright. Don't forget to follow us on IG at IMB.eats.
Mike Libuna, Mike and Chris on this YouTube.
I leave it now and
follow us in Sabrosito _family. Or DJ Sucre, or the famous Yeeks. You gotta do it. Follow us. Thank you guys for having me. This was definitely a great experience, and let me know when the next one is.
Yeah, it was a fun one, huh?
Oh yeah, good stuff.
Awesome.
Don't forget to like, subscribe, and we'll see you to the next taco.
That was you. You never said that before.
Yeah.
To the next taco?
Yeah.
You've never said that.
Yeah, you talked about it. You're like,
You've never said that,
you're like,
dude.
hey, bro.
It's like on to the next taco.
No, but you said.
Andale.
No, but you said you wanted to do. I said something. We should do this, and you're like, oh yeah, let's try next taco, and then it kind of stuck to me. Like, let's just say that.
No, I don't remember that.
I'll go
I said
back.
on to the next taco, right?
Yeah.
That's see you to the next taco. That's the two different things, dude.
Well, it's similar. All right. On to the next taco, right?
There you go. That's different.
What did I say?
See you to the next.
All right. On to the next taco, my man.
I can't speak English.
Oh man, so cool. I can't think.